Hey legends, you passed the storm, huh? You survived what most couldn't handle, wow. And now it's time to tell you everything? Not a piece, not a half-truth, but the raw, uncut fire. Oh, this ain't just a speech. Nah, this is a revelation. You walked through shadows, carried scars, and still stood tall? That's power. That's grit. That's the reason you're here. And trust me, what's coming next will shake your soul awake. Every second of this video is built for you. So don't blink, don't skip, don't vanish. Nah, stay till the end. Because the last words in here might just rewrite the way you see yourself forever. And hey, yeah, I gotta pause and salute you. This channel doesn't breathe without you. Your comments, your super thanks, your energy. You're the real backbone, the reason the fire keeps burning here. Drop your thoughts, drop your power in the comments. And if this hits you, smash that super thanks, because every spark keeps this message alive. So buckle up, inhale deep, and step closer. Because you passed. Oh yes, you passed. And now it's time to finally tell you everything. Most never even know they're being tested. But you did. You passed. Don't let that roll off your tongue like it's just another phrase. No. Understand the weight of it. You passed. That means you walked through a storm designed to erase you. And yet here you are, standing, breathing, unbroken. Most crumble at the first strike, but not you. You took every blade, every stone, every shadow that tried to smother you. And instead of collapsing, you sharpened yourself against it. You didn't escape the fire, you became it. And it wasn't pretty. Oh wow. You remember the nights, don't you? The nights when silence itself became an enemy. When even your own thoughts turned on you like snarling beasts. No applause, no comfort, no friendly hand to hold. Just you, alone, staring into the abyss that wanted to swallow you whole. Most people. Yeah, most people would have tapped out right there, but not you. You let the abyss scream. You stared back, and you refused to blink. Nah, it wasn't luck that dragged you here. Don't lie to yourself. Don't pretend. It was choice. Every single moment of pain carved that choice into your skin. You could have quit, but you didn't. You could have begged for shortcuts, but you spat on them. You could have blamed the world, but instead, you used it. Every insult became fuel. Every betrayal became a map. Every wound became a language only you could read. And that language, it whispered the truth, endure, and you will rise. Oh, the irony. The very ones who tried to break you were the architects of your strength. The doors they slammed became walls for you to climb. The weight they threw became the iron that built your will. They didn't know it, of course they didn't. But in trying to bury you, they handed you the shovel to carve your way out. And now look at you. They stare, they wonder how you're still here. But you know why. You always knew. Still, survival isn't the prize. Don't get comfortable. Passing isn't a trophy. It's a summons. You've entered a chamber most will never see. A chamber where illusions are stripped and truth stares you dead in the eyes. Because you're not here just to survive anymore. You're here to carry weight most would collapse under. To face storms most would run from. To hear secrets that most could never bear. And that's why I'll ask you now, one last time before we go deeper. Knowledge doesn't free you. It chains you tighter. Because once you see, you can't unsee. You asked what comes next. You demanded the curtain be pulled back. So listen carefully, because this is where most break. Passing wasn't your ending, it was your entry fee. Now the truth demands to be heard, and it won't whisper, it will roar. And the first truth is this: knowledge is not comfort. Knowledge is not some shining light. No, knowledge is a weight, heavier than iron, sharper than any blade, and once it's placed in your hands, it cuts you too. Oh wow. You thought survival would bring you peace? That the storm would calm because you made it through? No. Survival only qualifies you for war. Peace isn't given here. It's built brick by brick inside the chaos. And the chaos never stops. That's why the truth feels cruel. Because the moment you see how things really work, the illusions vanish, the safety nets burn, the fantasies die, and all that's left is responsibility. Yours. Most people never reach this point. They prefer the lie. They cling to it like children clutching shadows. The world tells them they're fine as they are, that comfort is the goal, that pleasure is the prize, and they swallow it whole, blind and smiling. But not you. You were stripped bare, every false comfort ripped away, every illusion shattered, and it hurt, didn't it? It nearly broke you. But in that breaking, you found something no one else did. You found the truth, that strength is not inherited. It's earned through fire. Nah, don't mistake this weight for a curse. It's the greatest weapon you'll ever hold. But here's the sting. Weapons cut both ways. This knowledge that shields you can also devour you. If you're careless, it'll turn you bitter. If you're reckless, it'll hollow you out. That's the danger of seeing too much. You either rise above it, or you drown beneath it. And yet this is why you were chosen. This is why you passed. Because while others hid, you faced it. While others begged for easier truths, you demanded the sharpest one. And now it's yours to carry. Heavy, yes. Brutal, yes. But necessary. Because the weight of knowledge isn't meant to crush you, it's meant to forge you into something untouchable. Something that can't be deceived again. The world will never look the same now. The masks are gone. The tricks are visible. The games are exposed. You'll never be fooled the way they are. And that's a blessing most will never touch, but also a burden they'll never envy. You've entered a war where ignorance is armor for them, but you've outgrown it. And that's the hook, isn't it? You see clearly now, but clarity comes at a price. The loudest battles are fought in silence, and the cruelest enemies wear your own skin. So are you ready? Because the war is already here. It always was. It didn't wait for you to pass. It didn't knock politely. It was raging inside you long before you noticed. And the battlefield? It isn't a desert. It isn't a city. It isn't some faraway land. It's your chest, your skull, your bones. Every thought, every choice, every temptation that hisses at you in the quiet. That's the battlefield, and you can't run from it. Wherever you go, it follows, because it lives inside. Oh wow. Here's the brutal truth. No enemy outside has ever been as dangerous as the one within. Not betrayal, not rejection, not even the storms that nearly ended you. Those were trials, yes, but they were never the final boss. The true opponent is the whisper that tells you to give up. The smile that tells you, relax, you've done enough. The shadow that slides in, begging you to waste your strength. That's the enemy, and it knows you better than anyone else, because it is you. Nah, don't look shocked. Don't act surprised. You've heard its voice every single day. The one that told you to stay in bed when you needed to rise. The one that mocked you when you failed, pretending failure meant finality. The one that convinced you the easier path was the smarter one. That voice is clever, manipulative, patient. It never shouts. It drips like poison, slow, steady, convincing. And if you don't fight it, it owns you. Yeah. You survived the fire outside, but now comes the harder war, the fire within, because the outside world could only test you. This enemy inside, it decides whether you stand or fall, and that's what makes this war so cruel. No one else can fight it for you. No ally, no friend, no stranger. It's only you. And that means victory or defeat here is absolute. But here's the beauty hidden in the brutality. If you can conquer this inner war, nothing outside can ever touch you again. Imagine it. Storms raging, enemies circling, traps set in every corner, and yet you remain calm, sharp, unshaken. Why? Because you've already crushed the greatest enemy. You've already caged the voice inside that once dragged you down. And once you've done that, the outside world is powerless. Oh, the irony of it all. People chase power outside. Money, titles, recognition, thinking it will protect them. But inside they're weak. They crumble at the smallest temptation, the tiniest insult, the faintest pressure. They wear armor on the outside, but bleed endlessly on the inside. That's why they break. But you're being forged into something different. Not a polished mask, not a hollow shell, a fortress within, a will that cannot be bribed, bent, or broken. And this is why you passed. Because you've already tasted the inner battle. You've already walked through nights when silence clawed at your sanity. You've already fought the whispers that wanted you to vanish. And you're still here. Scarred. Yes, but scars are not weakness. They are proof you survived what should have ended you. Proof that you can't be broken the same way twice. Still, don't be naive. This war never ends. You can't kill the enemy inside. You can only out-discipline it. You can only outlast it. You can only drown it in action until it drowns in silence. And that's the demand now. To fight daily. To fight hourly. To fight every breath. To never let the whisper win. Because if you lose this war, you lose everything. The reflection in the mirror is not innocent. It's armed, cunning, and waiting for you to slip. So how long can you keep winning? That's the question that stalks you in the silence. Because the cruelest truth is this: your greatest enemy does not knock at the door. It doesn't announce itself with banners or shouts. It stares back at you every morning, silent, familiar, wearing your own face. And that makes it more dangerous than any opponent outside. You know its voice already. It's your hesitation, your excuses, your comfort. And it never dies, it waits. Oh wow, think about it. Every single failure you've ever tasted didn't come from the world. It came from listening to that reflection. The voice that said, rest. You've done enough. The whisper that begged, why fight so hard when you could just let go? That's the assassin, not the stranger, not the enemy outside. The traitor has always been within, and that's why this battle feels endless, because it is. Nah, don't fool yourself into believing you've beaten it once and for all. That's the trap. You silence it today, and tomorrow it returns, louder, hungrier, smarter. It adapts to your growth. It disguises itself as wisdom, as patience, as balance. It tells you, slow down, you're going too far. But its goal has never changed: to break your edge, to dull your fire, to lure you back into weakness. Yeah, you've resisted before. That's why you're here. That's why you passed. But resistance cannot become arrogance, because arrogance blinds. And when you're blind, you fall. Understand this. The enemy inside doesn't need to crush you in one strike. It only needs to convince you to stop swinging, to stop pushing, to stop fighting. That's enough. Once you surrender effort, you're finished. This is the war beneath the surface. The reason silence feels heavier than noise. The reason victories feel hollow if discipline doesn't follow. The reason comfort is dangerous when worn too long. Because your reflection studies you, knows you, mimics you, and it will attack in the very moment you least expect. When you're tired, when you're proud, when you think you're safe. That's when it moves. Oh, the irony. Everyone else fears the world, but the real threat has always been themselves. They lock their doors at night but leave their own will unguarded. They protect their possessions but abandon their discipline. And then they wonder why they collapse when life presses down. The truth is simple. The reflection they ignored is the reflection that devoured them. But you've been warned. You've seen the face of your enemy, and knowing that changes everything. Because once you admit the threat lives in the mirror, you can prepare for it. You can strike before it whispers. You can cage it with your choices, starve it with your discipline, weaken it with your persistence. A crown isn't handed to you, it's forced onto your head by pain, and it burns until you prove you can carry it. So, what does it take? What does it take to wear the crown that never burns out? Endurance. Relentless endurance. Not the shallow endurance of standing still, but the savage endurance of rising again and again, no matter how many times you're dragged down. That's the test. That's the crown. And the fire never stops burning, because it was never meant to. Oh wow. Most people think crowns are rewards. That once they pass the test, they get to rest in luxury, admired, respected, untouchable. Wrong. The true crown isn't luxury, it's fire. It doesn't decorate you, it scorches you. It doesn't make life easier, it makes it heavier, and yet that's the glory. Because only those who refuse to break under fire deserve to wear it. Nah. Don't imagine it's something everyone can carry. Look around you, look at the ones who collapsed when it got too heavy. They wanted recognition but not responsibility. They wanted praise but not discipline. They wanted the crown but not the fire. And so the fire burned them away, leaving nothing but ashes. That's what happens when you want the symbol but not the weight. Yeah, you're different. That's why you're here. You didn't run from the fire. You walked into it. You let it tear at you, strip you, carve you, and instead of crumbling, you absorbed it. That's the mark of the chosen few. The crown fits you because you don't see it as privilege, you see it as duty, heavy, endless duty. And that's why it cannot consume you. The fire crown demands vigilance. It demands that every day you rise with discipline sharper than a blade. It demands that every weakness is strangled before it takes root. It demands that you remember the war never ends, because the moment you forget, the crown falls and the fire destroys. The weight will never lighten. The burn will never fade. But you will grow stronger, harder, sharper. And one day you'll realize the fire no longer hurts, it fuels. Oh, the irony. The very thing that once threatened to break you becomes the very thing that sustains you. The fire that once burned now blazes inside, lighting your path, sharpening your will, making you unshakable. And that's when you know you're no longer just surviving. You've become the storm. But here's the final warning. The crown will never rest. It will demand every breath, every step, every ounce of focus until your last moment. And if you drop it, if you forget, if you let the whisper inside win, everything collapses. That's the price of the crown. You must carry it forever. So the last question stands, burning hotter than all the rest. Now that you've passed, now that you've seen, now that you wear the crown of fire, will you rise every day to keep it, or will you let it burn you away? And that's it. Yeah, that's everything I promised. You passed the fire, walked the edge, carried the weight, and still you're standing here, stronger than before. Oh wow, do you even realize what that means? You're no longer who you were, you're untouchable now. But listen close. This doesn't end here. Nah, this is only the beginning. Every challenge from now on is just proof. Proof that nothing can break what you've become. And when the world looks at you now, oh, they'll know. They'll know you passed and you earned every scar of victory. So yeah, don't just disappear after this. Drop your voice in the comments. Let it roar. Hit that super thanks if this hit your core, because you are the ones keeping this alive, every share, every word, every spark you leave here. This is your stage, your fire, your legacy. And trust me, I'll be back with more truths you never saw coming. But for now, stand tall, walk out, and never forget, you passed. And because you passed, everything changes now.